is time to give Salvation Army another try. So recently we did a video where we bought a large lot of Apple products and the results were terrible. In fact, after that video went live, we actually got a statement from the Salvation Army. It recently came to our attention that a few Apple products and other electronics you received from shopthesalvationarmy.com were still linked to a previous owner. We also view your YouTube video and genuinely appreciate you bringing this to light. It is clear in this instance that our standards were not met and we take full accountability for that lapse. If you're open to it, we welcome the opportunity for you to make another purchase after 30 days. We are confident our standards and improvements will be evident. They specifically say factory reset, removal of hard drives, removal of SIM cards, or a combination. That seems like a pretty clear and pretty correct policy, but are they actually following through? Or have they forgotten all about the misdeeds of 52 days ago? However, there's one elephant in the room that needs to be addressed. Last time, I purchased as Pierluigi, and while I think the items did come through in a manner that, no one knew who I was, clearly they found me out. My account has been burned. Hit me with some names. We gotta retire. Wait,
Ray Tracy.
Ray Tracy? No. That's the best name I've ever heard! Ray Tracy! It has been a very eventful couple of weeks, my friends, so I have a number of items that I was able to acquire from shopthesalvationarmy.com. This should be a selection of Apple products. What did they actually describe these products as?
They described it as a bulk lot of 6, tested, but for parts or repair.
So essentially, products that are likely not going to have anyone's data on it, but also maybe don't work. I was a little unclear. Very nicely wrapped up. You want to give me a hand? So we got ourselves an iPhone 7, which, short of the cracked screen protector, is in good shape. We have an iPod Touch 2nd Gen 8 gig, which is nicely patinaed, although these are all the same.
This is an iPhone 5S.
And we have, is this an iPad 2? Oh my God. Happy birthday, Jeff. Love, Teresa XOXO. Wow, she even sprung for the 64 gig. Wow, Teresa, you actually do love Jeff. All right, so we have all of our devices plugged in. They've been charging for a little bit now, and there are some signs of life and some not so positive signs. This iPod is stuck in a boot loop. So whether that's from a jailbreak that went wrong or whatever, you might be able to do something with that if you put it into DFU mode and try to restore it. But right now, it's just boot looping. The iPhone 7 has been charging for a very long time and is still not charged, but our iPhone 5S actually works fairly well. So this is a 16 gig iPhone 5S. However, it shows it's on Verizon. It says no service. Is there a SIM card in here? And there's a SIM card in here. I appreciate the fact that there was not an activated SIM, but they should have still just popped the SIM out, thrown it in the trash, and then shipped me the phone, because other than that, it seems like it's fine. We also have this iPod Touch, so this is the 7th gen. However, this one, as you can see, is locked. What happened was we went to try to activate it because it was acting like a normal iPod, and once it got online and tried to go through the activation process, is locked to someone's Outlook. The location of this iPod Touch can be seen by its owner, null. I understand that this is still a functioning iPod, that you can maybe take it for some parts. I don't love the fact that it is locked and broadcasting its location, but however, I do have good news. Our iPod Nano is fully functioning, or at least it seems like it. And not only that, it has 700 songs on it. Do y'all want to listen to some 2000s iPod Nano music?
Hell yeah.
Hey, and the iPad is actually working, question mark. So this is old as hell. It is though the 64 gig version. It's on iOS 9. So a fully functional iPad 2, thumbs up on that. How do we do? Like, how much did I spend? Because I will say, I was willing to go a lot higher than I ended up having to bid on these guys.
We paid $71, including shipping.
Including shipping for all this stuff, right? I don't like the fact that one of our iPhones came with a SIM. In fact, actually, wait, I didn't check. Is there a SIM in the iPhone 7 as well? Let's find out. I haven't even booted it, so I'm not sure, but the answer is there is another SIM.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Great. Oh, and did it boot up the second I took out the SIM card? This was charging for like 45 minutes. Okay, so good sign. So it has been factory reset. I think this might be good, because I think it would have stopped us earlier. Yeah, it looks like this SIM card is also not active. Oh yeah, battery health is 56%.
Wow. Is that the lowest we've seen?
I don't think I've ever seen below 60. So what can we say about at least this first batch of products? I think for what we paid, we actually got some pretty decent value, right? Out of our 6 items, the iPod Touches are unfortunately mostly just sort of junk, but both of our iPhones seem to be fully functional. Our iPod Nano just needs a battery, but it works, and our iPad's also fully functional. A dramatic improvement over the absolute dog water that we saw last time. So, I will say that in my fever dreams of spending a lot of time as Ray Tracy scrolling through shopthesalvationarmy.com, I perhaps got a little bit carried away with a couple of items. But you know what it is? You're trying to bid for things. You maybe bid on a couple of extra items that you're not sure you're gonna win, and then you lose those items and you get upset, and then you put more money on other items and you don't win those either, and then you put a whole lot of money on some other items and you accidentally win them and go, oh, I didn't mean to actually get that. All that being said, this one, I'm not entirely just looking for someone's data on this one. I'm also just looking for that sweet, sweet hit of nostalgia that I miss. An Xbox 360! So this is a complete unboxed, theoretically, Xbox 360. So this is the 20 gigabyte version. And you can see it was a refurbished console, which was interesting because if you know anything about the Xbox 360, they had to refurbish a few tens of millions of consoles. Now, when I found this one, I was excited because based on the photos, it looked like it was in really good shape. And the answer is, oh, hell yeah, brother. Still in the plastic wrap? Are you kidding me? Oh, wait. Oh, we also got games too. We got Hitman Blood Money and Halo 3.
Oh, 2 really good games, actually.
And they're actually, yeah, and in the boxes. Heck yeah, brother. I feel like someone got this and did not really use it. Look at that. It still has the original plastic on it. And it does have batteries. Okay. So those batteries are a little crusty. They expired in 2016.
Oh, like me.
Damn it, you stole my joke. I was gonna say that too. After painstakingly removing the battery acid, thank you, Alex, let's give this thing a try, shall we? Probably should have done something at this point, but that's not the end of the world. So I'm just gonna swap some cables.
Hey.
Hey, what the hell? Did it work?
Yes.
NXT, let's go, baby! Is the level of excitement I have for this particular interface, which was the best one. I know everyone thinks about the Blades, but you know what are better than the Blades? The Nixies.
What?
The new Xbox Experience, the NXT. The Nixie. Can I, the controller doesn't seem to be turning on. Oh, that's a little sad. Let's just plug in a wired controller and see, because I don't know why these aren't working. And so, hey, look at that, a controller that works and is functioning. Hello. We can watch video from Netflix, Zune, and ESPN. Let's pop open the disc tray. Wow, that actually came out so smoothly. Is everyone ready to play the best game on the Xbox 360? Hit those lights, Alex. Oh. Sorry, get a little teary right now. How much did we pay for our complete in box Xbox 360, my friend?
We paid $83 with shipping.
Wait,
Including shipping.
shipping.
That's actually kind of, wait, what?
I think that because the Salvation Army, they post a ton of old consoles, of course, right? There's a ton of like PS4s and 360s and all this kind of stuff. I don't think that most of these sell for that much money because I think most people don't pay attention to them. And I got it for way less than $100, right? Because the shipping itself was like 10, 15 bucks, right? Like the actual price of it was like 65 or something.
Yes, so the actual listing itself, it was for $71 and $12 in shipping.
I mean, I think it's worth it just so I could play the Halo 3 theme song over and over again and stare at the NXT, and I actually did tear up. Ed team, can we get a little flashback to the tear? Sorry, get a little teary right now. So, this is an item that, this one's just for me. You may recall a number of years ago, my house burned down.
Yeah.
Gee, you never, yeah, you
No,
bring
Edit
it
team
up.
always run the
never
clip.
come up.
You bring it up all the time.
Edit team always bring up the clip. Guess what? I get to bring it up now too. Well, in that fire, some of my previous things were lost. And by some of them, I mean all of them. So I have this little project that I've been working on for the last, 12 years, that slowly but surely getting some things I used to own. Behold, my friends, a complete in-box copy of Pokemon Pearl version. And that's not all. That better not be all.
He got ripped off.
Maybe it's just inside. Wait, that's
Ooh.
Diamond. Did I buy a copy of Pokemon Diamond and a copy of Pokemon Pearl box?
I think you misread the situation, literally. It says Pokemon Pearl case and manual.
Yeah.
Diamond game cartridge only.
Oh, I thought it meant Pokemon Pearl and Pokemon Diamond together. Oh.
Well, unfortunately, yeah, you scammed yourself, buddy.
Okay. But hear me out here. I still got a copy of Pokemon Diamond, which was the better version. Besides, who wants that big old looking?
What?
Whoa.
No, he's got a point. He's got a point.
Come on. I'm just saying.
My house burned down.
All right, Mac. It took you 22 hours to get 5 badges? Brother, we gotta talk about your time management skills.
Welcome to another segment of Austin Roasts Children's Save Files.
Okay, what in the heck? You got a Pichu at level 29? Man, he must not like you because he hasn't evolved yet. This seems like a perfectly reasonable copy of Pokemon Diamond. How much did I pay for my single copy of Pokemon Diamond with a Pearl box?
You paid, is that right?
You don't have to say it out loud if you don't want to, it's fine.
You paid $89 including shipping? Is that
Wait,
right?
we got a whole Xbox and 2 games.
To be fair, I did get exactly what I ordered, but I feel like maybe they could have made it just a little bit clearer what I was bidding on. Sometimes I will read listings more carefully.
You say that, but I don't think you will.
Well, so this is a lot of PC gaming gear. Now, I know for a gosh darn fact that they did not properly censor people's information on it. The reason I know that is because the graphics card that I bought on this still had the Amazon shipping label on it, and I could literally read someone's name and address on the actual Shop the Salvation Army website. So, at the very least, they maybe took care of the digital information, but just straight doxed somebody with the label on the box. So we have ourselves a MSI, it's a gaming headset, which is not sealed in the box, but it looks like it's complete in box. So we'll take a look at that. We have ourselves an Alienware laptop sleeve. So this just seems like one of those classic lots that they just had a bunch of stuff and they just chucked it all in one. A router? Wait. We also have a motherboard. So this is an MSI B450 board, which, yes, this is the one. So I'm gonna censor all this, but this is from California. Maybe you should not give me someone's address and just rip the label off or do something about that. This should be, though, an actual motherboard that I think was complete. I mean, it looks fine physically. We'll actually have to throw a CPU in and make sure. Oh, it's dusty. So it probably worked at some point just because it's so dusty. Someone probably left this running in their system for a while and then just dropped it off when they were ready to upgrade. So we got ourselves an EVGA power supply, which actually this is a 750. If it's actually what it says on the inside, it's pretty good. Oh, very dusty, incredibly dusty. Wait, that's not the right power supply at all. What?
Oh.
That's not the right power supply at all. This is a Seasonic, an old one, but they gave us all of the cables from the EVGA. Wow, that's super weird. You shouldn't.
Yeah, we're mixing and matching the cables.
Don't do
so probably
that.
not
That's a
gonna-
fire
yeah.
hazard. Okay.
The f is that?
It is a giant keycap. This is the sub for the Razer Leviathan, the sub by itself. But I just like the fact that it looks like a giant keycap. Totally useless because there's nothing to plug it into, but we got that. And last but not least, we got ourselves a graphics card, an RX 6600.
All right, not bad, not
Oh.
bad.
It's actually a decent card. Now, this is from Best Buy, so it doesn't actually have anyone's personal information on it. This is not the right goddamn graphics card at all.
Oh, what
It's
is
an
it?
XFX RX 580. So someone, when they bought their new stuff,
Yeah.
well, great. I guess I'll do a little due diligence and make sure all this stuff works off camera, but how much do we pay for this gaming PC lot of largely lies?
I will say,
it better be less than $80.
yeah, I will say, back when I thought that we got like the 6,600 and other stuff, I thought that was a pretty fair price. This is now quickly turned into Sad Boy Town. We paid $234, including shipping for this whole thing.
Some of these items are straight just e-waste. Like I would not use that power supply. I wouldn't really use that router. Man, I don't think this was it. So what do we have to say about the Salvation Army? Well, if I want to be positive, I will say that it is dramatically better than last time, mostly because I didn't have to take any of these items to the police station. However, I think that when you look at all of it together, there's still some major issues here. The fact that this lot came with not only someone's personal information doxed straight in the box that is on the website of the Salvation Army, not great. While they tried to QC it, some of these items were just clearly not correct. While we did well on some things, right? Like that Xbox 360, incredibly clean. But for the most part, we still found some issues, right? You look at the iPhones that both still had SIM cards in them. You look at the fact that some of these items were mislabeled. It is without a doubt a dramatic improvement. Better isn't good enough sometimes. Sounds like a song we listen to on our iPod. Better is not enough. We didn't do what we're supposed to do. The Salvation Army is still needing salvation. That got a little weird. I apologize.